Here in Elite Escape we have been looking for undiscovered places, tourist favorites, grand adventures and city breaks that are nice destination for you to visit in 2023. Here, however, are our insider tips for travel in 2023. We've picked out some of our favorite regions, countries, cities, tours and projects to inspire you more than ever. 10. Eastern France. When most people think of France, it's Paris, the Riviera, the beaches and vineyards of the southwest, the mountains maybe, and the eastern part of the country doesn't really get a look in. There's Strasbourg with its pretty wood-framed houses, canal paths, and huge but curiously lopsided cathedral. Besançon is a tight network of sturdy. Nancy is almost Paris in miniature, its Art Nouveau stylings, boulevards and palaces bringing upright elegance and refinement to the region. 9. Night trains Europe. One of the joys of a connected continent is how easy it is to cross borders and see so many different cities. Bicycles and canals in the north, red-roofed laneways in the center, and beachfront relaxation in the south. Traveling across Europe to see all this is now even easier thanks to the network of night trains running across the continent. 8. Trinidad and Tobago. The two-island nation of Trinidad and Tobago, Trinidad's the larger one, sits off the coast of Venezuela, and prides itself on its conservation projects. Every year, the numerous organizations on the islands require volunteers to aid their activities, from measuring and cataloging the activities of leatherback turtles, to helping build new animal hospitals. 7. Kosovo. Europe's youngest nation is coming into its own as a tourist destination. 2023 marks 15 years since it unilaterally declared independence from Serbia, so maybe it's time to visit this pretty part of the Balkans. Pristina isn't the most attractive city in the world, but its lively atmosphere and central location make it the ideal place to meet the locals, learn about the complicated history of the city and the region in its range of decent museums. 6. The Pacific Northwest, U.S. It's not the big city life of New York City on the East Coast, and it's not the warmth and glamour of California to the south, but the PNW is well worth a chunk of your time. Oregon, Washington, and the southern end of British Columbia in Canada make up this beautiful part of the world, and though its reputation for rainy weather is kind of justified, both the cities and the scenery more than make up for it. 5. Morelia, Mexico. A city made of pink stone? Well, yes. More than 200 of its historic buildings are made from the light pinkish stone that's quarried locally, and this gives the city a mellow, almost surreal look. It's not the only oddity either. Morelia is the candy capital of Mexico, so head over to the Museo del Dulce for manufacturing demonstrations and tastings of some of the city's most famous sweets, and then to the Mercado de Dulces y Artesanías, an entire market dedicated to the stuff. 4. Senegal. Senegal is known as the land of Teranga. What's Teranga? Well, it's a word in the Wolof language and it translates, very loosely, as hospitality, but it also defines the very essence of the country. It encompasses generosity, both spiritually and materially, a sense of community, and the idea that there's no such thing as other. It means that, in the words of Dr. Ibra Sine, a Senegalese historian talking to the BBC, by being so giving to all, regardless of nationality, religion or class, a feeling grows that everyone is safe and welcome. You would be willing to look at people and counsel them as the members of your own family. 3. Prince Edward Island, Canada. Canada's open plains and stunning mountains are a clear draw for adventure seekers the world over, so poor old Prince Edward Island, Canada's smallest province, gets forgotten about. However, you can pretty much get every aspect of the country right here. Cliffs, beaches, forests, cities, villages, fields and, curiously, 27 golf courses. It's also just opened the 435-mile Long Island Walk, a trail that circles the entire island. 2. Busan, South Korea. South Korea's second city is a confusing tangle of industry, student life, noises and smells, but it also has temples, mountains, beaches and forests. Busanites love that it's different from Seoul, and happily embrace the controlled mayhem while eagerly telling visitors why their city is clearly the better place to be. 1. The Uruguayan coast. Uruguay's coastline isn't particularly long, around 300 miles, but both the areas fronting the Rio de la Plata, the River Plate, and the Atlantic Ocean are home to some of the best beaches in South America. Most of Uruguay's population lives near the coast, so beach life is part of the country's culture. This actually makes it very easy just to bounce from beach to beach, as most of the seafront towns have excellent bus connections between them. Did you like this article? For more travel inspiration, visit Elite Escape Channel.